touch on what Kyrie Irving had to say. The Boston Celtics lost to the Chicago Bulls over the weekend. 42 points to Zach LaVine, 35 to Lauri Markkanen. Offset 37 points by Kyrie Irving. The Boston Celtics have lost 4 of their last 6. They're the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference. If the playoffs were to begin today, they'd have the 76ers in the first round, with the 76ers having home court advantage. The reality is that the Boston Celtics should still be better than what they've been. They're about 14 games over 500. Nobody can deny that they're still winning more than they're losing. I am of the mindset that Danny Ainge and Brad Stevens made a mistake by just reinserting Gordon Hayward back into the starting lineup at the start of the season. The team hasn't been the same since. They were slower and less athletic with Gordon Hayward, who was coming off that nasty knee injury. I thought they shouldn't have let him come back till midway through the season and then even then try to bring him off the bench instead of keeping him in as a starter. They did not do that. And because they did not do that, it compromised them. It compromised the play of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. It compromised the play of Terry Rozier. Ultimately, they made the decision that Gordon Hayward would go to the bench and Marcus Smart would be in the starting lineup. And things got better, but still in all, they struggle from time to time. My attitude is Marcus Smart should be coming off the bench again. Put Jaylen Brown back into that starting lineup and let Jaylen Brown with Jason Tatum, Al Horford, Kyrie Irving, and those boys do their thing. That's my opinion. But listen to what Kyrie had to say talking to reporters about why he's not worried at all. And now there's no reason to worry. Listen to this.
You're concerned the struggle that you guys have will leak into the playoffs?
No, it'll be fine.
Why do you think that?
Because I'm here.
Man, I love that, brother Kyrie. See, I like that. I like that. Because if you're Kyrie Irving, you're looking at the Boston Celtics, and what you're saying is, we're going to be all right. We're going to be in every game. But ultimately, it's going to get to a point where you're going to need somebody to close. You're going to hand somebody the ball and say, take me to the promised land, and that would be me. That's what he's saying. Keep in mind, this is a champion. Keep in mind, it's the same Kyrie Irving that when LeBron James, everybody was raving like LeBron James, like he was a one-man wrecking crew. It was Kyrie that averaged 27 the time they won the NBA Finals. It was Kyrie Irving that averaged 29 even when Kevin Durant was on the floor against them. First go round. Kyrie Irving is a bad somebody. And boy, am I praying he comes to New York. But until the summer, I'm not going to jump off this wagon and act like there's not a reason to believe in Kyrie Irving, the brother special. He's special. He's something to behold. And I believe in him. Plain and simple. I'm here to tell you. I definitely believe in Kyrie Irving. So I would say to all of y'all, keep your eyes open. Kyrie said what he said. If anybody has the right to do it, he's one of the few who does.
You have a shoot around after a loss, what are you guys trying to get accomplished?
Locking in on Memphis, what we got to do to win. So there's, our best way of getting to where we want to go is, like I've said, staying in the day-to-day, staying in what we can do better, and specifically on a game day against that team. Matchups, defensive coverages, really understanding what we need to execute to win.
How important is a film session to everything you guys are trying to do, telling them, so now you can show it to them?
Because of lack of practice time, then you're always trying to learn and get better. So we're using film. We will be using film more down this final stretch. Doing teaching in there, things like that. But most of it's going to come from from the way we execute when we're on the floor.
Do you have any idea when you could expect to have Lonzo back?
Nope. They haven't given me a date. They just said they're working with him and they'll let me know.
What's your communication like with him? I mean, is it daily? Is it?
No, but I like staying. Staying in communication with the guys. So I check in with him. Just make sure, see how he's doing. Ask about, where his mind's at and those type of things. But we don't speak daily, no.
Have you seen any of LeBron commented after the New Orleans game that unless you've made the playoffs before or fought to make the playoffs before, how can you really know what's at stake to go through it? Do you have any opinion on obviously four of your core guys are in that boat, and how that lack of experience could affect them in these final 23 games?
No, I mean it's experience is the best way to learn. So it is new, for some of the guys, but I expect us for the majority of this time to play with the urgency and the will that it takes. But yeah, it's definitely something as a group, being a new team together and relying on a lot of young players. That's new. So we're learning. Like I said, we won't be perfect, but we'll continue to come out and get better, and then we'll see if we can't make some noise down the stretch.
Seeing San Antonio lose to the Knicks, is that a reminder of you guys aren't the only one in this league that can get upset?
Yeah, I mean Boston lost to Chicago too. I mean it happens. I feel like normally it's a bigger deal when we lose, but it's it's the NBA. This is pro sports. Everybody in this league is really good, which means on any given night, any team can beat anyone. Now we haven't put ourselves in the best position, but we're in a position to make a playoff run, and that's all you can ask for, that opportunity. And with the players we have, I have all the belief that we can get that done.
Who said after the game that he kind of feels like the pattern has been you guys have a big win, and then the next time, maybe against an opponent who's not quite as on paper intimidating, you let down? I mean, from your view, do you see that as sort of coasting off the win? Do you see that as maybe not taking the opponent seriously? What's sort of the...
You going on the way back?
No. I think it's, there's probably a little bit of everything. I think part of our letdowns happen when other teams' star player doesn't play. Part of it is for us, we travel across the country. We haven't been good at that all season. Part of it, we had a big win. So those are all things that come with time and experience, and that's part of the path we're on. The tough loss for us. We talked about the things we're trying to build on from the second half of the Houston game, including making free throws, trying to do a better job of things that we can control. Turnovers, we had 23 turnovers, and I think they had 15 or 16 extra shot attempts than we did. And then our defense. Defense is, we're not, until we get back to doing that consistently, it's going to be that much more challenging for us. So the things that we've been preaching and the things we need to get done, we didn't do a good job of tonight.
You said you expected them to bring a lot of effort with Anthony Davis out, teams that tend to rally in those situations. Did you feel like you were able to match that? And if not, then why not?
No, I think we started the game scoring the ball. They were scoring the ball, and we kind of just fell into that trap. And that team, they play fast, and between Peyton and Holiday, they get after ball handlers. And once we've suffered from games like that in the past, where we let teams get into a rhythm early, and then it's tough to get stops as the game goes on. And they scored 42 in the first quarter and didn't really feel us defensively at all. As far as finding the energy, I think for us it starts with starting the game with much better energy.
Luke, you kind of warned of this after the game on Thursday about needing to keep your foot on the pedal, and you've obviously had situations like this throughout the year. Has there been a theme to these letdown games, and is there something about the team's mentality coming into it?
No, I mean the themes are similar to what we talk about all the time. It's turnovers, it's making free throws, it's being the aggressor on defense, and that's when we struggle. Those are kind of a common themes throughout. But we got to keep our head up and go to Memphis and try to get one in Memphis. So that's just where we're at as a group. We gotta be better.
When you're this late in the season and you have this sort of effort in all those areas, how disappointing is that to see that happen? You've got now 23 games left, and you're still kind of going through. He's saying different teams are just not getting that time.
Well, we're all frustrated. We came in to try to, we want to win this game. We know how important it is for us, but that's why we try to preach all the time. It's not important to put our goals 23 games from now, because the way you win each and every game is to focus on what we're doing tonight. Are we taking care of the ball? Are we focused, locked in at the line when we get there to knock it down? Defensively, are we talking and making our coverages and our rotations and then making multiple efforts out? The things that we did in the second half of that Houston game, and that we did to become a top 10 defensive team for a lot of the season. So that's where our focus and energy needs to be. Unfortunately, tonight we didn't get enough of that.
When Holiday got it going, did you feel like there was proper recognition on your guys' part in terms of the hard closeouts and really contesting him when he got into his rhythm?
Well, he hit some tough ones. I'll go back and watch the tape and see. I thought we could have done a better job of either challenging or blitzing some of those. But they were putting shooters all around him out there, and we were having a tough time containing Julius or Diallo. But that's something I'll go back and watch on the tape.
Luke, do you think the trade was any of that stuff down for them had any effect on the game?
I don't think so, but that's not a question for me to answer.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Luke.